Well, you guys, I did it. My TikTok For You page literally bombarded me with Switch 2 unboxings yesterday, and I all of a sudden found myself on the Best Buy website and purchasing it at 12:30 a.m. Was it a bit of an impulse decision? Maybe, but you know me, I'm a huge Switch girly, and I currently still have my Switch from 2018, like the OG regular Switch. I never got the OLED, so I justified it. I'm excited to check out the new games. I think this is going to be a really big upgrade for me, especially having never had the OLED screen. The reviews have sold me. I gotta say, a lot of the unboxings, a lot of the different clips I've seen of it, I'm officially sold. So we're gonna go pick it up. You guys get to come along with me. Let's go do it. Just got to Best Buy. We're gonna pick up my Switch. I'm so excited. They already have Switch 2 games out, the ones that have, obviously, the Switch 2 logo on it. So quite a few though. Obsessed with this game. It was everything. I mean, my babies. Wonder if this runs a bit better on the Switch too. I own it on PS5, so I will not be getting that, but my Switch is going to come with Mario World, so we don't need this, but I cannot wait to play it. Oh, some Switch 2 accessories. The camera, definitely want to hear more about that before I even consider that. More Joy-Cons. Super excited when they come out with some new colors, because my pink and yellow neon colored ones are definitely my favorite still. But maybe I'll get a skin for it, I'm not sure. All right, enough browsing. I'm gonna go pick up my order. Switch 2 in hand. Let's go. Here she is. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I probably said that 100,000 times now. We've got the Switch 2. And I also brought my regular Switch to compare. This is, like I said, the original Switch from 2017. I bought mine in 2018, but she's still going strong, still going good. No problems with it, other than it's a little bit slow, I would say. But as far as like playing on the TV, playing in handheld mode, it still holds up. So excited to keep this one in the collection. It'll be one that I definitely go back to all the time. Nostalgia gaming is just everything. So now I've got a new friend that we're gonna be using, the new Switch 2. I think we should unbox this. Let's go. Honestly, I feel like we've seen this unboxed 100,000 times already on TikTok. So we're just gonna open it in a non-aesthetic way, because so we've got the Joy-Cons, of course. These already feel so much better quality as well, like just from first impressions. It just feels a lot smoother than the original ones. Also significantly larger, like just looking at that, which I'm excited about, because one of my biggest problems was just like hand cramps when playing the Nintendo Switch. Not gonna lie, I've always used a grip case because I just find it really hard to hold. It's not overly ergonomic. So this is the kind of peachy colored red one. Also, when I got my original Switch, I got the gray controllers, which I feel were so underrated. Everybody had the red and blue. I rocked the gray Joy-Cons for literally years until I finally had to get a new set because I was getting Joy-Con drift. Hopefully it doesn't happen with this one, but I can already sense it's better quality. So the screen, the main attraction really. This is huge. Wow. Okay, let's test the magnets. Yes, just, yep. That's so easy. I'm impressed. Here she is. Wow. Oh yeah. You know what? I think the hate on this is not warranted. Just from looking at this device alone, this is a huge upgrade. Better made overall. It doesn't feel like it's marketed towards children. This feels more luxurious. It feels more like it's meant for adults as well, like for everybody, all ages. And I really think that they've taken that into account. And I think that's probably why they went with black. It's more, you know, appealing to everybody, more neutral. Okay, let's open the rest. You get the digital download for Mario Kart World. So it's just like a piece of paper. Let's not lose that. Instructions. I never know what to call these, but the Joy-Con cover things, very cool. I honestly don't know what these will do. It feels more like it's meant to just, you know, be protection so that your Joy-Cons don't go flying across the room. It doesn't really feel like it's actually to make it easier to use. I think you can literally use the Joy-Cons without this, but just to be safe, I've always used these. Obviously, we've got an HDMI cord, always handy to have. I feel like I have these everywhere in my house, so yay, more of those. We have the Joy-Con controller converter. I don't know what you call this either. This is such an informative video, you guys. But you just slide your Joy-Cons onto this to make it a seamless like controller. You know the drift. If you know the Switch 1, the OLED, everybody gets one of these. I personally don't mind this. I used mine for a really long time until I don't actually have the Nintendo Pro controller, but a few third-party ones that are honestly great as well. Then we got the dock. Yeah, very cool, very sleek. Again, better quality, less flimsy, honestly, than the first Switch for sure. I found the first Switch, like I was always careful when opening the back and connecting the wires because it always felt like I could snap it. But this feels definitely better quality. It's come a long way in 8 years. And what's kind of cool about this one is that we actually get a brick with an... Sorry if you hear Piper barking in the background. She's playing. And we just get a brick with a USB-C to USB-C cord. So that's really cool. So you can use it for multiple different things, which you could the other one as well. But I kind of like that it's more sleek, definitely more heavy duty, and probably charges this nice and fast. So cool. Love it. That's everything you get in the box. All right, now for a little size comparison. So this, again, Switch 2. It's bigger than my face. And the Switch regular. Such a huge difference. The screens, this is gonna be so much fun playing handheld for sure. It's definitely more of a handheld device in my opinion. I didn't really gravitate towards playing handheld that much with my Switch regular. I always played on the TV. It was just more fun, easier to see things, especially in games that were more dialogue heavy. I found it really hard to read the font, so I can't even imagine people with the Switch Lite. Like, my contacts are good, but they're not that good. And kind of gives you a bit of a headache, but this, game changer. Pun totally intended. Woo, so exciting. Switch 2. Apologies that the camera angle keeps changing. I'm kind of switching between filming the Switch itself, filming me and reactions and just real-time stuff, but there's this like little groovy song going on. All right, welcoming committee, let's go. Choosing a language, the Americas. Already, this is more clear and crisp, like you probably can't tell on camera, but so much more crisp than the regular Switch. I was almost considering not getting this device because I thought that the screen quality would be similar to this one. Since it wasn't OLED, I was like, is it even worth the upgrade? I can definitely say this that now that I'm really excited that I did this. I'm really excited that I caved to the TikTok pressure. Because, yeah, this is good. This is really good. About to download a software update. You can continue setting up while the update downloads. Sweet. Okay, so it's teaching me how to detach these. Okay, so the button is actually a lot bigger, oh my gosh, than the other one. This is so much easier. Yes. These little buttons on the original were so hard to maneuver. I'm being dramatic. It wasn't like that terrible, but it was more clunky. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like you were almost pressing the wrong thing. Like you shouldn't be pressing that. Yeah, so much easier. Love this. Okay, now it's prompting me to transfer my data from Switch to Switch 2. I'm assuming you just put in your SD card, I'm hoping. Start system transfer. It says if you have a micro SD Express memory card, insert it. Do I have an Express? Let's see. We're learning things, guys. Learning on the fly. This is also such an improvement. Just a side note, this tiny little kickstand and this, like, why didn't we do this in the first place? Moving on. Probably shouldn't have done that when it was turned on, but c'est la vie. Okay, the inserted micro SD card either can't be read or isn't compatible with the Switch 2. Make sure it's marked with micro SD Express. Great. So, guess we're not doing that. Gonna have to get a new one. First annoyance. See, it's prompting me now with a QR code. I'm wondering if it will just transfer the data that way. It might take a little bit longer. So far, this was very easy. I scanned the QR code. It pulled up nintendo.com. I signed in with my credentials and then it gave me a confirmation code that I now have to put onto my Switch 2. So far, so good. And now we are transferring data. Yay. Interesting. So it says move the system and the source system close together to transfer data. Do Switches have like iCloud? Like what? Connect an AC adapter to start downloading. So basically I'm just plugging in the little AC adapter that it came with and it's supposed to start transferring data. So let's give it a go. Also, I feel like I always make such a mess with unboxings. So it just says move the system and the source Nintendo system close together. So our two little friends are hanging out with each other. We've got them here. This should be close enough, I would hope. Honestly though, I mean, it would have been easier to have the Express micro SD card. I didn't have it. I'm having to do it this way, which is totally fine. I'm just glad that they have a system in place to do this. It makes my life easier. I wasn't sure how this process was. Not a lot of people have really kind of talked about it, to be honest. So I'm pleasantly surprised and I cannot complain. System transfer. Okay, so it's basically telling me I can play Nintendo Switch software on the Switch too. So love that. Also, this is a really good angle to just show you the size difference. This feels like a beast. I'm not mad about it though. She's all loaded and ready to go. I definitely think that the hate is unwarranted. I don't know what people are talking about. I think this is incredible. Spectacular. Yep. I love this. Mario Kart is finally downloaded. If I say one more time how excited I am, I'm just gonna say it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Let's play. I've been playing Mario Kart World literally all weekend. It's been so much fun. Gonna include a little clip here of just some of the gameplay in handheld mode so you can see it in action. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think that the game looks super crisp. It's so much fun. I'm blown away by this game, and Nintendo, I have no notes for you. Literally no notes. These are some of the characters that I've unlocked so far. I love the different outfits. Look at Peach Arrow. We've got Toadette Explorer, Daisy Swimwear. So cute. I'm literally obsessed. I'm also really excited to finally get Rosalina at some point. I only have baby Rosalina, so let me know what race that is that I have to win, because Rosalina's my girl. Anyway, let's pick a fun one. I'm gonna do maybe baby Rosalina. I'm gonna do Explorer baby Rosalina for this round. I've placed bronze in almost every single one of these knockout rounds, and silver in the golden rally and the heart rally, so I gotta work on that. I need a gold. Also, you guys, it's been the most enraging thing because I almost win gold in these, and the last split second, someone blasts right in front of me. Like, what? But anyway, it's fun. Let's play around. Please, please. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, there's still one more. No. Second, I'll take it. I mean, it's better than third place, which I had last time, so hey. I've had several days now to play around with my Switch 2, and I just thought I would share with you guys my thoughts after playing with it for basically an entire weekend. Also, I'm currently at my family's lake house right now, hence the change of background, so we're gonna do a little update from here. So I actually put a case on it. I forgot that a brand had sent me a few Switch 2 cases like back in March, so I put one on. This is just like a standard black one, but what's really cool about it is that you can actually just like pop the sides off so that you can take off the controllers like easily while still keeping the case on, which I think is really cool. And it also fits in the Switch 2 dock without having to take the whole case off. So a lot of good planning went into this case for sure. Very cool. The hand grips also really do make this case really comfortable. It's by the brand SUPCASE, so if you want to check it out, I'll have it linked down in the description if you're interested. They have some cool cases. They also sent me a clear case just for the whole sleek black aesthetic. After playing my Switch 2 for the entire weekend, I definitely have some thoughts. And my initial thought was, why is this device getting so much hate online? I don't think it's warranted at all. I have watched a lot of side-by-sides with the OLED screen. I've also compared my own Switch, which is the Switch regular, comparing it to the OLED and the original Switch, and of course the Lite. The Switch 2 is a huge upgrade across the board. I don't care if you have the OLED, you will notice a huge difference with this screen. I also tested Mario Kart World on the TV docked and changed the setting to 4K, and the difference is insane. Super clear, and also I'm running it on a 120 hertz television, and it feels like I'm playing a PS5/Xbox game, but in Nintendo art style, if that makes any sense. Like, of course, we're gonna get cutesy, more colorful, cartoony vibes, as opposed to, say, like a more realistic open world adventure type game like an Elden Ring or like a Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously the art style is just different, but I can really say that it's so crystal clear. It runs so smoothly, and such a huge difference from the original Switch lineup. Another thing that I noticed was the battery life. I can play in handheld mode on this thing for hours. I want to say at least a good 2.5 to 3 hours before it had hit about 19%, which honestly, going from my Switch regular, which I could hardly get an hour out of anymore, is so nice, especially since it's running these games with like full brightness. I have my brightness up to the max. I am blown away by that, and that just makes a really big difference in wanting to play in handheld mode. Like, I wasn't reaching for my Switch before because I always knew it would die in like, you know, less than an hour. It's hard to get into a game when you know you have a time limit based on a battery, and I don't want to be playing with it plugged in. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to be cozy in bed and comfortable, and now I can do that. What's really nice about the Switch 2 though, if you did, you know, say have a lower battery, forgot to charge it that day, you can now plug it in on the USB-C on the top, and there's also one on the bottom. So it's literally what you prefer. I think that was really smart on their part, because before they just had it on the bottom, and sometimes the wire would get in your way when you're playing in handheld mode while charging. Now you can put it on the top and it just doesn't interfere at all with cozy comfort. So that's really nice. I will also say on the pro side, I definitely find the bigger screen is so much more immersive. I feel like I'm really brought into the game more now that I can just see things so much better. I also find for games like Animal Crossing, Disney Dreamlight Valley, you can really read the dialogue portions so much easier. The screen size is so much more enjoyable, so much more comfortable for my eyes. I'm squinting less, and I just noticed a really big difference in that, and just the clarity itself in the screen. The screen size is really nice, and if you didn't tell me that this wasn't OLED, I would believe it was an OLED screen. That's how good it is, I will say. I have no complaints. I think that the Switch 2 is definitely worth the upgrade, even if you have the OLED, the original Switch definitely, and definitely a Switch Lite, if not just for like the docking purposes, but just for the handheld mode. It's going to be a game changer for you for sure. All in all, games run more smoothly. I think that this is more of a premium Switch overall, not just aesthetically, but the way that it's built. It feels more solid. It feels like kids won't break it, better constructed. It feels more like premium quality. I guess that's also where we're seeing the price tag in this. So all in all, no complaints here. I'm definitely glad that I upgraded. I don't regret it one bit. I will not be returning this baby. Honestly, to each their own when it comes to the Switch 2. I think that the hate online is definitely forced, and I'm a Nintendo girly through and through. I hope this video was useful to you. Apologies that it feels a little bit all over the place, but I just kind of wanted to do real-time reactions to, you know, opening my Switch, kind of testing it out, taking my time to play it for a couple of days and not just give initial impressions, kind of give you my actual experience of playing it. And overall, 10 out of 10, like I said, really great console and no regrets here. Let me know if you have any questions below about the Switch 2. Happy to answer them. If you want to see a Switch 2 accessory customization video, let me know about that, or any game recommendations. Happy to make a video on that as well. And if you stayed until the end, thank you so much, friend. Please do subscribe, give this video a like. It helps me out so much. Lots of cozy gaming and just cozy content coming your way soon. Until then, bye, friends.